and welcome to Marvelous Monday. This is video number 2 in the new series that I've started called Marvelous Monday. And today in the video, I'm going to show you how to make breakfast burritos. Now, you know, I'm from Texas, okay? And so Mexican food is just like in my blood. And I'm not real sure how popular it is here. I know that for a while you've been able to get burritos at like McDonald's and Sonic, but the burritos that we're gonna make today, there's no comparison to those. And so also, it doesn't have to just be for breakfast. You can use these for lunch, for supper. They're great because you can fix them ahead of time. You can put them in the fridge. I'm gonna show you how to wrap them up in foil, put them in the fridge, and you can make them like for a whole week. Just have your supply in there. When you need them, you're gonna put them in a pan and you're just gonna heat them up in the oven, and you can take it right out the door with you. So, and a lot of times we love breakfast for supper. So, you know, it doesn't have to be a breakfast burrito. But anyways, that's what we're doing today. And a couple of little things I've said before, we're trying to make some healthier choices with our food. And so you'll see that in what I'm making today. But please remember, you know what? You pick and choose what you like and what your family likes, okay? So normally you would use pork sausage, okay? It's gonna be an ingredient for your burrito. But we're gonna be I'm gonna make some turkey sausage today. I've made it before, and I have found out with turkey, it's kind of neat because yes, it's very bland. It really doesn't have much taste, but that's good because you can kind of make it taste however you want to just by adding the right spices. So that's what I'm gonna do first. I'm gonna add some spices to our turkey and make this a turkey sausage, and I'm gonna get it cooking. So we're gonna be using a spice grinder / coffee grinder because we're going to mix it up really good, the spices, before we actually put it in with the turkey. Okay, the spices that I'm going to mix together here are salt, and then I'm going to put in some chili powder, and I have some fennel seed, some crushed red pepper, and garlic powder. And for the exact measurements of those, you'll be able to find this recipe on my blog post at familyofflair.net. If you don't have a spice grinder or coffee grinder, then you do not have to do it and mix it in one. You can just put it in a bowl. You might want to leave the fennel seeds out, or maybe try your best to break those up a little bit, but you don't have to have a grinder. You can just put it in a bowl and mix it up. We're just going to add it into the turkey sausage to spice it up a little bit. Just mix it up really well. I use my hands, but you can use a spoon if you prefer that. And now we're going to put it in the skillet, and we're just going to cook this like we would a pork sausage. Break it up into small pieces as it cooks. Now we're just going to take our flour tortillas, and we're going to put a little bit of butter in between each one of them. It doesn't take a lot because you don't want them to be greasy, just a little bit of butter. And we're going to wrap them up in this foil, and you're going to put them in an oven on about probably 200. You just want it warm enough that they'll be good and heated thoroughly by the time you finish the rest of the ingredients. Make sure you cover them completely or they'll come out crunchy. And nobody wants crunchy flour tortilla shells. Okay, and now I'm getting ready to make the refried beans. Here you can actually purchase them in a can, refried beans, but I just kind of like to make mine myself, and I am using canned pinto beans here. You can cook them from dry, but I did use the canned ones, and I'll kind of show you a little bit later what we're going to do to finish those. Now I'm getting ready to scramble our eggs, and I'm going to just, depending on how many people you're serving, that's going to determine how many eggs you need. 1 egg per person, or, if you have a hearty eater, you might need to figure 2 eggs for them. But basically 1 egg per person and you're good. Just going to add a little bit of salt and pepper, a tad bit of garlic powder in the eggs, and mix those up good. Okay, the sausage is ready. We're going to take it out and put it on a towel so that it can drain. And now we're adding some canola oil to a skillet, because another ingredient for our burritos is going to be some fried potatoes. You can cut up your potatoes yourself, a fresh potato, and dice it up and cook it that way. I just like to use the frozen because the size of them are like perfect. We're adding some salt and pepper, and these will fry up pretty quickly, and that's why I choose to use the frozen ones. Now here we've heated up our beans. Actually, we've let our beans cook a little while on the stove. I'm grating up some Monterey Jack cheese. You can also use cheddar. I like the Monterey Jack just because it melts so easily and it's so gooey. I just think it works better. Adding some garlic powder to the beans and a little bit of my homemade salsa. And then the cheese, we're going to throw a little bit of cheese in and mix it up. And then also you can put cheese on it before you serve them. And now I've just got an old potato smasher. That was actually my mother's from many, 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 many years ago. I'm going to mash them up, but you don't want it all completely mashed. Leave some chunks and some beans that, are whole. That makes it a good consistency. Okay, now we're going to scramble our eggs. So now we're going to scramble the eggs. And there really is a little bit of an art to scrambling eggs. If you don't want to get that little flaky trim, I don't know the word of it, you know what I'm talking about, that comes up on the edges. If you'll just keep the eggs moving around and cook them at a lower temperature, it will keep you from getting that little crusty stuff that comes on the sides. And you might like that there, and if you do, don't change the way you're doing it. But I'm not too fond of that, so I learned that little trick a long time ago. Okay, now we're going to just fix one of these burritos up. We're going to put refried beans down first, and there's certainly no particular order. You can do this any way you like. Now I'm putting down the turkey sausage. Now we're going to add some potatoes. And now we're going to put a little bit of eggs. And you kind of want to do a small amount, because if you don't, you'll never close up your burrito. Trust me, I've been there. Now we're adding a little bit of cheese. You can never have too much cheese. And now I'm going to show you how to fold it up. You put the sides in together, then you're just going to roll it over. That way, when you take a bite, you don't lose all of your filling out the opposite end. Okay, and now this is what you would do if you're going to put it in your fridge and store it. You're just going to place it in foil like that and wrap it up really tight, but do not wrap it in the foil until it's good and cool. You don't want to wrap a hot burrito in the foil. And let that cool, make sure it's cool, and store it in the refrigerator for at least like up to, 4 or 5 days. Now I'm making one here that, to eat. So on this one, it's actually gonna have the same things, but I'm gonna add some sour cream, some jalapeno peppers, and some of my homemade salsa. So there again, these are things that we like. So you fix the things that your family likes, because like I said, there's no correct or incorrect way to do it. You can put whatever toppings you like, and that makes your family. You might put grilled onions or grilled peppers, or there's so many different things that you can do. Green chilies, the list is limitless. So use your favorite fillings. Here again, we're going to fold the sides in, and then we're just going to roll it over. This one's a little bit fuller, and you can tell it's harder to get it to close. But still, I think we're safe, especially on that one end. Well, this is it for the breakfast burritos. I hope that you love them as much as we do. And I just wanted to say thank you for watching. And also, if you haven't done it yet, make sure you head over to YouTube, like and subscribe to my channel, and click that little bell so that every time I put out a new video like Marvelous Mondays, you're going to be notified. And you can also subscribe to my blog at familyofflair.net. And I would really appreciate it if you could do that for me. Lord bless you.